Hi, my name is Travis Doliker. I'm the Marketing and Sales Director with Liquid Web. It's October 22nd, 2008, and I'm here with Chris Strandt, our Infrastructure Director. It's been about 2 weeks since we've done an update. So Chris, where are we at with the construction project?
Well, basically we got a lot of equipment coming in, and we've got a lot of construction going on both inside and outside of the building. But inside the building we've got things like drywall framing, HVAC, plumbing, some electrical going on. Outside of the building here to the southeast corner, we've got the Board of Water and Lights doing some excavation, placing their manholes. We've also got fiber duct, or a duct for our fiber lines coming into the building. And to the north of the building, we also have some construction in relation to our generator pads and so on that we'll take a look at.
Great.
So Travis, before we go inside, I want to explain a little bit more about the incoming electrical service here and what the Lansing Board of Water and Light is doing for us. So since we're requiring quite a bit more power than what was originally in this building, we're bringing in all new utility lines into the building. Part of that is constructing the new duct that will go from the poles out directly to the building. So they're putting in several new manholes, and they're putting in several pieces of duct in the ground. In addition to that, they encase that in concrete, so it's very reliable. And in addition, they're putting the extra duct in now so that we won't ever have to do any major excavation or major construction like this in the future. The second piece of this project, why it's important, is the fact that it's a phased approach. So when we move into this building, we'll have our first utility feed, a first set of generators, a first UPS units, and so on. When we go to expand in the future, that duct line and those manholes will already be in place, and we can go in, they'll pull in the additional feeders, and we can go ahead and implement our second phase, third phase, and fourth phase. So that'll be additional utility feeds, additional generators, and so on, but all this construction is getting out of the way at the beginning part of the project, and we don't have to worry about that in the future.
Oh, that's great. That's great. And what's going on over in this area?
So basically over here, the manholes and the trench line, that's all Board of Water and Light. This section here is all our pads. So that's going to include our generator pads, our transformer pads, our primary switch pads. And in addition to that, we're doing all this excavation because it's all underground. So when we go into the building, it's going to go through the foundation of the building, come into our transfer switches and everything like that. So being all underground, again, it's very stable and nobody can mess with it. You know, you don't have to worry about equipment moving around in the future and pulling down a piece of conduit or anything like that. Basically, we want to put it in once, never mess with it again.
Chris, earlier you were telling me about some pretty fancy equipment that's going in here. Can you tell me a little bit more about it?
So right in this room here, we're going to have our incoming electrical service equipment. So right behind us, we have, again, excavated out so that we'll be able to fit all of our underground cable in here. So we're going to start off with some ASCO 7000 series automatic transfer switches, and going from there, we're going to basically go to some distribution switch gear and go to our UPS units and air conditioning and so on. So pretty soon here, within, say, a week and a half, we should finish getting all this conduit in here, get all the concrete poured back in, and be ready to set that equipment. It's showing up any day now.
Chris, I see that the walls are starting to be constructed. Can you tell me a little bit about the reasoning behind the sections?
So we divided the space into multiple sections, and we kind of consider them pods. That gives us the ability to basically have power for each individual section, with cooling for each individual section. So the walls really divide up thermally the room so that we don't have too much heat going in one section versus the other. It's kind of self-contained. So as you can see, all the steel framing is up, and basically within the next day or two, they're going to have drywall going up. In addition, we got all of our office space framing up, and they're starting to drywall over there as well.
Chris, I see that the sprinkler system is starting to go in. Is this a typical office space sprinkler system?
Now, we divided the building up into two different areas. We basically, in the office space, we do have a normal wet system, which basically means that there's water in the pipe. But in the data center, we have a dry pipe pre-action system, which basically means that the pipes are full of air normally, and there's a detection system in the building. So if there were some sort of an accidental or mechanical problem with the sprinkler pipe, there'd be no water that came out. It'd basically just be air. And obviously we'd get an alarm, and nothing would come out. It's an extra level of safety.
Great. And what would happen if, like, one of the sprinkler heads went off in one of the sections? Would the other sections be affected?
No, not at all. Each individual sprinkler head is temperature activated, so if there were any sort of problem, it's an individual sprinkler head that goes off. It's not a deluge system where, a smoke detector goes off. It's not like the movies at all.
Oh, great. So it's an extra layer of protection.
Yep.
Chris, how is the rest of the construction of the building coming along?
So since the last time we did an update video, we've got a number of other kind of smaller projects going on, but as you can see, we've got all of our drywall steel framing going up. That's all done. Our HVAC duct that's for the office space is all in. The units are set on the roof. Again, all the sprinklers in the office space are done. We've got plumbing going in, and we've got a number of kind of cabling projects, network cabling for the office space, security camera cabling, the door security cabling, all that type of stuff is going in as well right now.
Great. Sounds like everything's coming together. We really appreciate you taking this time, and thanks a lot, Chris, and thanks everybody for watching.
Thanks, Travis.